Welcome to Micromedical. Micromedical is a medically based chip that is inserted into a client that continuously checks that person's health conditions. This will be groundbreaking in the medical industry as individuals will be able to be correctly diagnosed and therefore treated when health concerns arise. Throughout this presentation, a number of factors will be discussed, including how Micromedical works, how will Micromedical benefit society. We will address the risks and challenges, as well as discussing real-world medical situations where Micromedical would benefit each individual who utilizes this groundbreaking technology. Simply, the Micromedical chip is a small radiofrequency identification chip that is coated in glass. It will be inserted below the epidermis, either in the forearm or above the hand via a needle injection, and will constantly track the heart rate, blood pressure, and muscle movement of the wearer, sending a notification to the app or alternatively to the owner's general practitioner, is there an issue or if a diagnosis is made. Similarly, the chip can be used for the most accurate heart rate monitor and blood pressure reader ever. The chip can identify just about any odd or abnormal symptoms in the wearer before they do. Anything from a common cold to the coronavirus can be detected, and the user will receive a prompt and alert them that there is a high likelihood they should receive medical attention or keep an eye on any further symptoms. As we can all agree, prevention is better than a cure. Prior to Micromedical, these sorts of chips were used primarily as a way to track and contain the information of the wearer. This includes their medical history, allergies, and contact information. But never before has it been used to track their health and heart rate, furthering the fact that Micromedical is revolutionary for the health industry. As we will discuss later, this technology can benefit society about anybody and everybody, from athletes to diabetics, and even having the ability to detect COVID-19 symptoms prior to the contagious period of the technology in Micromedical is truly game-changing. Micromedical actively demonstrates how medical practice is advancing through the innovation of new technology. A chip that ultimately catches illness before it develops benefits not only individuals with medical conditions, but the broader public who are concerned with possible underlying health conditions. The innovative product has several community benefits, inclusive of early diagnosis for cancer, organ failure, low blood pressure, low sugar levels, indication of viral infections, as well as many more. Ovarian cancer, for example, is one of the most lethal gynecological cancers in females. The early symptoms of this disease are very hard to detect, causing the disease to spread rapidly before the patient is even diagnosed. The Micromedical chip will detect the early signs of abnormality in the body, increasing the likelihood of an early diagnosis. Diseases such as cancer can be diagnosed to even the healthiest of people. The uses of device such as Micromedical can better enable patients' medical decision-making and avoid unnecessary medical treatment costs and distress that may be associated with disease that are left undiagnosed. Early diagnosis can result in relieved financial burden on the patients, as well as numerous treatment options that may not be available if undetected. Micromedical is an easy way for the public to live freely without the stress of constant medical checkups and consults, thus ultimately creating a high demand for this product across the community of both healthy and unhealthy citizens. Privacy issues may arise for individuals who don't wish to have their medical information shared with the database. A way to avoid this would have an option to keep your account private. Additionally, another issue would be ensuring that the diagnosis that the chip gives is as accurate as possible, as there could be large implications that may arise from a misdiagnosis. One of the largest issues, however, is creating a piece of technology people will be comfortable placing in their bodies and are committed to keeping in there for an extended period of time. This is another topic to be outlined in our privacy safety outline. With the recent outbreak of COVID-19, there has been a drastic spike in undetected critical illness, with millions of people across the globe carrying and spreading the virus they don't realize they have, is a perfect example of how Micromedical chip will be life-saving. The patient will be alerted if infected, which means the person can isolate and seek medical attention before spreading the virus. by tracking the abnormality in the bodies of the infected can also lead to improved research of the virus. Not only will this technology benefit each individual that uses it, but it will also benefit society. In the last 2 years alone, New South Wales has spent $580 million by providing COVID-19 tests free to the public. Seeing this technology being used nationwide would eliminate these tests and therefore minimizing the future amount of funds spent on the diagnostic testing for infections. This money could therefore be put towards other medical research such as cures for diseases and vaccine manufacturing. Diabetes affects millions of people across the globe every year. It can be restricting, at times life-threatening, and has taken the lives of thousands over the years. Living in a society which incorporates such technology such as micromedical will enable the millions of people who suffer from type 1 and type 2 diabetes to live a life without constantly being concerned for their medical state. According to the World Health Organization in 2019, roughly 1.5 million individuals with diabetes, without not acknowledging the ever-growing list of medical conditions that will be able to be controlled and diagnosed, and looking at helping diabetics alone. This technology has the ability to change society and significantly minimize the number of life-threatening diabetic hospitalizations, as well as lowering the number of people that lose their lives to such a common medical condition. Micromedical isn't a piece of technology that can assist in just about anybody. This includes athletes of all skill levels. For any athlete, there is such a small margin for error, and micromedical aims to shrink the margin for error and increase the accuracy, promising one of the most accurate heart rate monitors yet. This means that athletes are able to get the most accurate readings of both their blood pressure and their heart rate without even having to attach a watch to their wrist. Better yet, the chip sends these readings straight to the user's phone so they can get a detailed breakdown of every heartbeat. This technology would benefit everyday lives for individuals by having a correct diagnosis for health issues that can be addressed and treated accordingly. This would exponentially increase everyday individuals' lifespan. In conclusion, micromedical is beneficial to society. It will be a useful tool in keeping the users safe and healthy, as well as allowing an accurate way to track their health conditions. Ethical concerns do arise from micromedical, but through a strenuous level of screening and correct ethical concern, this product will be extremely beneficial to those in need of healthcare and support.